What a beautiful Friday morning. Here we are. We're rolling around. You know what we're doing today? We're double railing, everybody. We're double railing. If you're not sure what a double rail is, click that link in the description to the YouTube channel, and you'll see me do a pretty good job of running, explaining and running a double rail. I don't remember exactly what happened in that video, but I know there's always fucking problems. And I was in the mud. There's a lot of mud that day. So, anyways, that's what I'm doing today. I got two empty dumpsters loaded on my trailer right now. I got a 25 yard and a 40 yard, and we're taking these down to Tulsa. So got a nice little drive here today. Gonna be a good day. I can already tell. So last night I was like, you know what? Let me just look at my work bag, because I don't know. I've always felt like I needed to travel with it at all times. And I looked at it. I'm like, all right, what do I take out of this when I go home? The normal stuff: phone, keys, chew, wallet, knife, hat, glasses. And that's my little saying that I do: phone, keys, chew, hat, knife, glasses. Knife, hat, glasses. Sometimes you mix them up. But you got to have them, and I like to grab them in that certain order, and that's how I make sure I have like everything I need, and then everything else in the bag is extra. Phone, keys, chew, knife, hat, glasses, headphones, lunchbox, coffee. You can add on a couple at the end there, but if you start with the first ones: phone, gotta have your phone. Keys, gotta have your keys. Chew, you gotta have your chew. And if you don't have your chew, at least you have your wallet and your phone, or your keys. You don't even need your wallet if you already have chew. I don't know. It made sense the other day when I was thinking about it. But anyway, we're rolling. I got all my shit. Uh, the I left my bag at work. I was like, there's nothing really in here that I need to take home. There's nothing. So let me just leave all of this shit in there at my house or at my work, at the shop, and I'm just gonna ride home empty, because that's what I've been complaining about a couple of times lately. I was like, yeah, I like riding a bike a lot. I just wish I didn't have the fucking giant work bag on my back the whole time. So I eliminated the problem by leaving the work bag at home. Now, the one thing I do not like is that my pockets were kind of stuffed. I had something in every one of my pockets. I solved one of those problems: my phone. So I rode home yesterday. Everything went great. It was freeing riding with no fucking backpack on, other than my shirt, flying up and everybody looking at my hairy ass crack while a fat man on an enduro passes. But other than that, it was really nice. And then I get home, and I I don't know. Another weird thing is I did not stop to get gas. I always stop to get gas, but I fucked up my routine and I forgot to get gas. And I even remembered that this morning. I said, "Oh, I need to stop and get some gas." And then I didn't. I just rode straight to work, and I get to work and I'm like, "Oh, fuck. Good thing I made it, cuz I don't know, you know, now I'm going to have to add like $6 worth of gas instead of 4. Uh but I stuck, and it only holds like $8 to $9 worth of gas in it. But so yeah, I'm probably really low on fuel, lower than I would like to be, but not a big deal. Um, to Walmart last night. I just ended up hopping in with the wife. I thought I was going to take the bike out again, but I decided, you know what? Let's just leave it. Let's just go out. You know, I don't want to cause any disturbance in the relationship. I'll just drive the car. So I drove the car. Did fine. But we're on our way back home after eating dinner and picking up my chew. And she's like, let's stop by Walmart. I was like, you've never ever said that in your life. She's like, yeah, well, let's just stop by Walmart. There's a Walmart nearby that's actually in a nicer area. Like, there's no poor areas nearby. I guess there is a couple. But most of the people at this Walmart are way more respectable than any other Walmart in the area. They're all going downhill. Targets are even turning into what you would see at a Walmart. But anyways, we're at the nice Walmart, the fancy Walmart. And I'm like, yeah, let's go in there. Grab one of those shopping carts that the little kids can sit on and everything. And she's like, you guys go look at the toys. I'm going to go look at clothes. I said, all right, this is weird. Something's up. You know, she would never do that. Usually we try to avoid that, but the kids are all excited. I'm like, cool. I mean, yeah, we can go look at the toys. That's fine. I start off walking through the automotive section, though, and I find, now I didn't buy it, so it's kind of weird that I'm mentioning it, but I found a youth dirt bike helmet, and it was only $50, but it didn't have a face shield or anything, so you had to get goggles. And my son tried it on, and he was like, "This is awesome." I'm like, "All right. I mean, I'm glad it fits you." I don't know. I don't know. It seems like they have like 3 sizes of helmets: youth, large, and extra large. I don't know, but the one we picked out fit him really nicely. So I was like, "Cool." So I threw it in the cart, but I wasn't sure if we were going to buy it quite yet. But I would like to buy him a helmet because I think, and it would be for my daughter also. I can throw them on, and I know it might be a little bit illegal, but I don't give a fuck. I'd rather try it out and get yelled at than and then have to figure out, have to stick him on the back of the bike. I know my wife is not a happy camper with that, but I need to get over. I need all the way over. I don't think people are gonna fuck with me. I really don't. I think I just want to be able to ride up to the gas station with them, or take my son to karate, or pick him up from school. Well, I don't know about picking him up from school. I don't need all those fucking mothers looking at me. But I think the karate would be fucking awesome. It's like, yeah, I rode on my dad's motorcycle in karate. He'd be the fucking coolest kid in town. But I'm gonna ride him with him in front of me. Well, I probably will. I need to figure out a peg situation because I want to keep his feet on something where it's not the exhaust header and it's not the fucking engine. Keep his feet up off of that shit. I need to build and I don't think it'd be that hard. I could probably figure out how to make some sort of a bracket to put foot pegs on. But am I even going the right way? I don't think I'm going the right way. Which way is Tulsa? Tulsa, Oklahoma. Well, yeah, I think I went the wrong way. I was supposed to take 35 south and then hit 69 and then take that all the way down. I could still do something like that. I don't know, not too worried about it in this is a brand new Kenworth T880. It's got 7,591 miles on it. Brand fucking new. But anyways, let's just say we went to Walmart. I looked at the helmet. They have helmets. They're not too expensive and they fit. Everything's good there. I'll just wait for a little bit to get that. And I need to figure out the bracketry for their foot pegs before I do that. And I think that would also be a help if I show the officers, like, well, he's got his feet on the foot pegs. And then they're going to look it up and they're going to be like, oh, well, I guess maybe there isn't. Maybe this is okay, actually. Because it's like, yeah, I want him to be, in control of me. I don't want him just hanging on my back. Like, fuck, when I do wheelies, he might fall off. I'm just kidding. I would never do wheelies with him on the back. I would never even probably go over 35 miles an hour with him on the back. I'd be as cautious as I possibly could be. But I was looking for phone mounts. I was like, I think I could find some sort of an option of a phone mount at Walmart that will work for me, because I'm tired of not having my phone for my display on my bike. So it seems like it's a pretty simple issue. No phone holders in the car section. Maybe I was looking in the wrong area, but I could not find any fucking phones. What are you doing? Oh, there's a car. I did not realize there was a car in front of this pickup truck. He's driving slow as fuck. No phone mounts there. So I said, all right, well, hey, listen, I expected something like this because, usually car phone mounts, they fucking either clip in your vents or some other bullshit going on there. It's like, let's go to the bicycling section. So, and that's right next to the toy section, if you don't know. So we walked through, and bicycle section, my kids are just going, they want to buy every helmet, every bike. I mean, they want to buy every little thing that we're passing by. They're like, oh, this. I'm like, you guys have not been to the store very often. What the hell is that? This fucking digital display on this Kenworth. It's like, favorites is not set up yet. Okay, well. Don't fucking ding at me again, bitch. Found a mount. I don't know if I really like it. It looks like 4 rubber bands. I mean, they look better than just rubber bands, but there's like 4 rubber bands, and they hook on all 4 corners of your phone, and then it's got like the little round piece that you can clamp to your handlebars, and it's got like little rubber spacers in there in case your handlebars are a little bit thinner or whatever. So I was like, all right, cool. This looks good. I'll just buy this one. The other one, luckily I could try to fit my phone in it, because I might have grabbed that one because it was like a clamp style. And my phone with my case is too wide for it. And I'm like, how the fuck are they going to make phone holders that aren't going to fit? This is basically a normal sized phone these days. I forget what the fuck I got. It's a Samsung S2425 Ultra HD ULED fucking badass AI fucking bullshit phone. But it's actually a little bit smaller than my old phone, I think. Like by 0.1 or something. Because I had a Note, Samsung Note 20 5G Ultra HD blah blah blah. I don't even know why I got rid of that. I mean, this phone is the exact same. I'm pretty sure all the updates that have been done to this would have been done to that, and it'd been the same fucking thing. I don't even know why I decided to get a new phone. I thought it would be cool to get a new phone, and now that I have it, there's nothing interesting about it. It's like all the the AI shit that I do use is just regular Google or whatever. I don't know. I guess I'm just not impressed by the AI quite yet. I mean, it is impressive in certain ways and stuff, but I'm like, hey, can you fucking make my phone brighter? And it just tells you how to do it. It's like, no, I want you to. You're in my phone. Can you fucking do it? Can you, text my wife and tell her that, whenever I'm leaving work, and just you should know when I'm leaving work. It's like, schedule a wife text message that you're going to drink with the boys after work. I'm like, no, don't do that. Don't do that. AI trying to get me in trouble. That's what you're doing. But I don't know. I think the AI stuff, it is going to come in quick, but I don't think it's going to change the entire world like a lot of people are afraid of immediately. It's still going to be a while. I think it is really interesting that my kids are going to be growing up with AI, with touch screen and voice control and all this crazy stuff, because like me growing up didn't have really much of that. I grew up, I got a PlayStation 1 when I was like 8 years old on a tube TV, and I thought the graphics were fucking amazing. Now it's like I can't even fucking play that. I can't do it. But so anyways, I got a phone mount, and then I took the kids to the toy aisles and shit, and looked at a bunch of stuff. I don't know. I didn't grab much. That's the only thing I got was a phone mount. Kids, one of them got a stuffed animal, and the other one got little finger puppets. Like, whatever. Yep. Sounds good to me. I just realized I don't know if there's a fucking bar on this truck. I hope there's a bar in the fuck. Somebody used this truck and strapped these fucking boxes down. I hope there's a fucking DOT bar in these side boxes, or else I'm cutting these fucking straps. There ain't no option. Maybe they'll have one at the place where I'm going. I'm just going to our Tulsa yard. Just dropping off 2 empty dumpsters at the Tulsa yard, and I'm picking up 2 more empties and bringing them back. I'm like, what am I doing? Like, oh, you're just gonna swap out boxes. I'm like, but why? Like, just do it. I'm like, okay, I will. I mean, I will do it. I'm just kind of wondering, what the fuck are we, doing? But I don't want to push too hard, because this is like something that I've been begging to do. But I thought I would be, actually going to a dump and dumping trash when I drove down. But I'm just taking empty roll-offs and then picking up more empties and then bringing them back. I don't really know what is going on. But hey, whatever. I'm here for it. If it's driving to Tulsa, I'm here for it, bud. And I want to try to do. I'm not going to impress anybody today. Especially whenever I talked to him yesterday, I said, I think I'm going to leave around 6. And they said, cool. And I didn't get to the shop until 6:30. And then I fucked around and let one guy ride my dirt bike, and then, just fucked around a little bit longer. And then now I'm finally on the road, and it's 7:17. But I've been driving. I left it right at 7. I'm going to just bill him from 6:30 to 7. Or 6:30. And then until I get back. But it's a 4-hour drive, so it's not bad. I'm gonna stop once to grab some food and some shit, but I'm just glad I'm not working with all these fucking people. You know what? I do have a lot of complaints from yesterday. I guess not a lot of complaints, but one major complaint. One ultra major. Sometimes I get primeval. I think that's the right, headspace that I get in when I, like a dog, you haven't trained your dog right yet, and you fill up their food bowl, and then you reach down to grab their food bowl, and then they bite you. That's me. I'm biting people. Whenever it comes to my food, I get real fucking angry sometimes, and it's something I need to work on. Yeah, you're not coming over quite yet, but got a end dump trying to get it between me and this slow ass tow truck. Nope, not today, bud. You're gonna have to find another way around. That Cadillac has a license plate that says T Mad, and then he just passed somebody on the shoulder. I don't know. T is mad, I guess. I don't know. Just an angry fellow. That guy is acting like he went through what I went through yesterday. So let me just tell you how things were going. I'm sitting there. I'm doing the work. The other two guys, they had already basically, all they had to do was send one guy up on top of a rail car to set the hoses inside the tank, and then they were done for the day, basically, other than at the end of the day when they go through and they make sure all the lids are put back on the empty trains that we've been sucking out. Yeah, I am going to go this way. I don't really want... I don't think I wasted that much time. Unless it reset says that I'm fucking going in a really bad direction. I don't know. I need to hit. I guess I should have went all the way down to 150. Anyways, that's all they had to do today, or yesterday, was, oh man, there's a lot of traffic too. This is not a good situation to be in. That's all they had to do, and so I'm sitting there working. I'm sitting outside in the dust and the hot and everything, just trying to do my job. And there's a guy yesterday. Can you get the fuck out of my lane? Jesus Christ. How long do I need to leave my blinker on, you fucking Mustang motherfucker? These guys really don't want me to tell you the story. Sitting there, and I ain't got nothing to do except for think about the sandwich the guy got yesterday. There was one guy that was like, hey, I'm going to go to this fucking deli. They have this amazing looking sandwich. I'm going to go get it. And I said, that does look amazing, but I brought my lunch. I'm going to just eat my lunch today. And the other fucking guy, I've been feeding him because he is poor. Like a stray cat, and he just won't go away. And now that I fed him, now I feel like I got to feed him every fucking day. And it's not cool what he's doing. He's mooching. But him and the other guy, a different guy, because they've been swapping me out people. It's been the same 4 people, but they've been swapping them out. Oh, this guy's got to go do this today, and that guy's got to go do that today. But anyways, I got 2 guys, and I was sitting there, and I looked up that menu for the restaurant. I looked up the sandwich. I looked in my wallet, and I saw I had enough cash to do what I wanted to do. Even though I had brought my lunch, I already knew that yes, I wasn't going to be coming back out there today. So I said, I'm going to go ahead and get that fucking sandwich. That sandwich, the guy showed it to me. It was delicious looking. It's a double cheeseburger with corned beef on top, covered in Thousand Island dressing, onions and pickles and jalapenos, and on a delicious looking bun. I was like, God damn, I want that. And I didn't know how bad I wanted it until after I saw him show up with it. And I was like, damn, if I'd have seen that, I probably would have grabbed it from you. I probably would have got one. All right, come on, Prius. Let's figure this out. Do you not see my fucking blinker, you stupid cocksucker? Jesus Christ, these people today. You're going to pass me now? Go ahead. Permission granted. Ford fucking Escape, motherfucker. What do I'm out here working, okay? I'm out there working on the railroad. I'm doing most of the fucking work. And I'm also managing the job. And these guys have nothing to do all day until the very end. They are literally sleeping in the truck. They have zero to do. They're napping. I didn't know they were napping at this point in time, but I texted them and I said, hey, in about 30 to 45 minutes, I'm going to send one of you guys. I guess I told them, I was going to send a specific guy. I said, I'm going to send this guy to go get a sandwich for me. If you guys want something from there, look up the menu. And I sent it to them, and then I waited, and I waited, and I waited, and then they never said anything, so I went over there and knocked on the window. That's when I saw they were fucking sleeping. I'm like, hey, I know this job is boring and stuff, but if I text you guys and I need something, I need you guys to fucking be awake. Or have your phone on a little bit of sound so you'll at least wake up and be able to see what the fuck I need. I know this is just a sandwich, but I need you guys to be awake. You guys are doing nothing today. Hey, I'm going to send you guys out to the sandwich shop, and I asked everybody else out on the job site if they wanted something. Well, 2 other people that we work with, the guy running the site and the other guy running the other tanker, and they both denied. And I said, okay, cool. So I text this guy and I say, hey, I'm going to send you out to go get a sandwich in about 30, 45 minutes. I sent him the address. I sent him what my order is. And I walked up to him, woke him up, and gave him the cash. And I said, there you go. And he's like, oh, man, what place? What do you want? And I'm like, it's all in your text messages, bud. And they say, okay. And I walk off, and I'm sitting there, and I'm working, just watching the hose and making sure everything's going well. And I keep looking at the clock, because I'm just counting the time down, and it's 15 minutes till they open. And we're not going to have a full day out here, so it's like if I'm gonna justify getting lunch, I need to get it early as possible, so it doesn't fuck up the groove of how things are going to go out here. 15 minutes till, and I go up and I say, hey, I text them and I say, hey, the place opens in 15 minutes. Go ahead and head over there. It's like 12 minutes away. I bet you they'll be open by the time you get there, and you can go ahead and put the first order in. This sandwich shop looks delicious. I can't imagine that we're going to be the only sandwich they make today. There's probably other people waiting. I was wrong, but let me just get into the story of where my manic came from. And so I texted him all this, and I said, hey, go ahead and head out. And I'm sitting there, and I'm doing my best not turn around. I don't want to. I can't hear them. I can't see them. I'm just expecting them to do the job that I wanted them to do. They're doing nothing. Remind you, they're doing nothing. And I told them I wanted one guy to stay. I want one of you motherfuckers to stick around. And they even gave me shit for that. They were like, why? I'm like, in case I need another hand for something, in case somebody needs to get up on top of the rail car, in case something happens. Why do you need two people to go get a sandwich? And the fucking broke bitch, I'm like, you're not eating at this place anyway. You're not going to spend $20 on a sandwich. So I know you're planning on just eating my food. Somebody go to the fucking place. And I'm sitting there, and I keep turning around, and I get up until the place that I want to go, they open at 10:30. It's 10:45. And I turn around, and I'm like, hey, and I walk up, and I say, hey, are you guys going to go? Or is one of you going to go to get the sandwich for me? Like, I don't even want to eat that place. And the other guy's like, yeah, I just planned on eating your sandwiches. I'm like, I don't give a fuck what you guys are doing other than driving to go get my sandwich. You guys are doing nothing here. One guy's like, yeah, I don't know. It's a little early for lunch. I'm like, get the fuck out. And that's exactly what I said. I said, get the fuck out. And they're like, what do you mean? I was like, get the fuck out of the truck. Both of you bitches, get the fuck out of the truck. You're the only one that knows slightly how to run this truck. You go over there and watch the fucking truck. You go over there and help him if he needs fucking help. Get the fuck out of the truck. And I got mad. I got really mad. And I think I'm justified slightly. And they both get right out of it. They can tell I'm mad, so they don't even fight me on it. Usually they'll fucking have some other little snarky comments, and I'm glad they didn't. They just got the fuck out. I hopped in the truck, and I fucking put it in reverse and took the fuck off. And I'm just like, I cannot believe these lazy pieces of shit that are working for me right now. I cannot believe it. You guys have nothing to do. I'm asking you to drive 12 minutes across town and order a fucking sandwich. And you can't even do that. Some people, god damn. So I go, I get the sandwich, I order it up. The place is fucking dead, okay? It's not like they had to get there and get it made. And the place also made my sandwich really fucking quick. I was in and out in 5 minutes. Like they already had all the shit ready to go or something. Okay, but I'm going to need you to not be right fucking next to me. Thank you. Grabbed the sandwich, and I got like some Greek potato salad with it. It was decent, but it was a very small container. But the sandwich was fucking twice the size of the sandwich the guy got yesterday. I'm like, I don't know who made your sandwich, but my sandwich was twice as fucking big. And I was debating on just sitting at the restaurant and eating it and just saying, fuck those guys. Fuck those guys. I'm going to sit here and enjoy this fucking sandwich hot, fresh out of the kitchen. I didn't. I went ahead and I threw it in the passenger seat and I took off. And I get back to the job site, but I park away from everybody. I could see them, and if they would look around the corner, they could see me, but I'm just kind of parked off to the side, and I eat my sandwich. And I try to eat it, me eating angry, it doesn't taste as good. I like to be in a better mood when I eat, so I tried to take it nice and slow, eat it, and it was fucking amazing. It was definitely worth $23. I mean, that's what I spent on this fucking sandwich. $23 fucking dollars. And those guys, they're over there working or whatever. I finished my sandwich and I sat there and I played on my phone for a little while. I'm like, this is what it feels like to be them. Like, I'm the supervisor on the job. If anybody's supposed to be feeling like this, that's supposed to be fucking me. But the other guy, he's got a CDL permit, so I don't know if it's even actually, you know, cool with the railroad if a permit driver is driving, without a, an actual licensed driver on site. But I mean, he was just moving probably 50 feet, because the trains that we were getting to were right up next to where we were offloading into tankers. But yeah, I sat there and I fucking ate it, and then I'm sitting there and I'm like, I'd like to sit here a lot longer, but I really need some chewing tobacco. So I went to go get my chewing tobacco, get in the truck, and then I sit in that truck for a while. I'm like, all right, well, I'll let them finish up this job that they're doing, and then they can, whenever they come to get in the truck, I'll be in here and I'll just say, go fucking nap, you fucking cocksuckers. But one guy did not want to leave me alone. He's like, oh man, I'm so sorry. I'm like, I can't believe you fucking guys. It's like, well, none of us were hungry. I'm like, I don't give a fuck if you guys were hungry. You guys were taking a nap. You guys were sleeping on the job site. The least you could do is go get me a fucking sandwich, and then everybody would have been happy. And now, I don't like you guys. I don't like you guys at all. And what are you going to eat for lunch today? He's like, well, I was hoping to get some of your sandwiches. I'm like, you got to earn those fucking sandwiches, you fucking fat fuck. Okay? You got to either come out and do some fucking work for me, or, just be near, be available when I need you, and maybe say, oh, okay, I'll go get your sandwich, bud. That would have been great. But no, you guys had to be little fucking cocksuckers. I mean, and it's also like, it makes sense for me to be mad in my own head. But it's also like, why did I let this sandwich get me so angry? I think I was just starving. I was just drooling over the menu for like an hour while I'm waiting for these lazy bitches to just drive over there. And I'm kind of glad it worked out the way it did. I didn't trust them to, they would have fucking been eating some of my shit, or fucking looking at my food, or just driving slow as fuck because they don't care. They don't care at all. And I would have got my burger, and they would have drove with the windows down and the fucking container opened and just let it cool off. And I'd have been mad. I'd be like, this is fucking cold, you bitches. This is a cold ass burger. I just spent $23 on a cold burger. But no, I got it, and it was actually really good. And then after that, I was like, you just go fucking sit in the truck. Can I have one of your sandwiches? I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know. He's like, well, you told the other guy to go get it. Like, yeah, I wanted you to stay here in case we needed somebody to get up on the tank and do some work or whatever the fuck it is. I wanted another vac truck operator here, send the guy that's basically fucking useless to go get a sandwich. But he's so useless, he can't even get the fucking sandwich. Man, I got real mad. Leave it in the comments section. Do you think I should have been mad? Or do you think I'm being, am I the guy in the wrong? Should I have just been like, oh, okay, yeah, just don't go get me a sandwich? Maybe that's the way I should have fucking been. Been like, oh, yeah, I guess you're right. And they were like, we're not going to be here all that long. You could just wait until you get back to the shop to eat lunch. I'm like, because that's what the one guy said to me whenever he came back up to me. He's like, yeah, I wasn't even hungry. I'm like, okay, well, I was. And now, how am I supposed to go get my sandwich and do all the fucking work? I'm like, now I know. Now I know. Don't ever ask you for anything ever. because you're not going to fucking do it. But this is also such a petty thing that it's like, it's not worth taking to the boss. But it's also like, hey, man, I asked these guys to perform a very small, easy, stupid task, and they can't even do that. Can't even drive across town. I'm like, God damn it, get me off this fucking job site. I promise you. Just get me off this fucking job site. I'm done with them. I'm done with everybody I'm working with over there. And the other vac truck driver that I've been having issues with, he did all right. Other than like, hey man, we're getting really close to being totally over full on this tank. We need to watch the hose real good. And he's like, I gotta go take a shit. I'm like, we're both offloading at the same time. I'm like, I can't be at both valves at the same fucking time. Whatever, go take your shit, dude. And then also, I did a pretty good job of explaining to him why what he's doing whenever he's trying to clear the hoses out is wrong. Because I watched him. I went over. I got offloaded first. I went over to him, and then I was just kind of watching how he does everything, just to make sure I'm not wrong. And yeah, he immediately turns on the vacuum, and then goes over, and he was about to grab the handle. I said, "Oh, hold on." I said, "What?" I was like, "Hold on, not yet." I said, "Why?" I'm like, "It takes a while for it to build up any vacuum in this fucking tank." He's like, "Oh." I'm like, "Yeah." So like, if you walk over here and open up the valve, it's doing absolutely nothing. The hose might shake a little bit, but none of the liquid is coming up into your tank. And you really need to build up a lot of vacuum. Not a lot, but at least like 5 inches or whatever they call it of vacuum. So whenever you open up the nozzle, it's going to suck all the liquid in, and then suck a little bit of air, and then you're going to be able to close the valve while it's still pulling air. Because if you suck all this stuff up into your tank and then you leave it open for too long, meaning you don't have enough vacuum, it's going to lose all its vacuum really quickly. That's a 3-inch hole. The end of the hose is a 3-inch hole. It's a vacuum leak. So it's going to suck all the liquid in, and then it's all going to come right back out. And then you close and you think you did something, but you're not doing anything. I'm like, you got to let it build up some vacuum, man. I was like, I usually let mine sit there for about a minute, maybe even 2 minutes. You can leave it for 5 minutes. I would rather you leave it for 5 minutes and actually do what you think you're doing, rather than you just doing it quickly in 10 seconds or less and then taking off. And then now we have a hose that's got 5 gallons worth of red dye diesel that as soon as we drag it across the ground, it's going to spill out all over the fucking place. Like, you need to let it build up vacuum. Like, oh, okay. I'm like, please. This job, I don't know. Because whenever we're pulling from tanks and stuff, we submerge the hose. So you don't even have to have the tank have a bunch of vacuum in it. You put the hose in there, and then you just sit around, and it's gonna build up vacuum while pulling liquid, and eventually, since we're pulling quite a bit of liquid or whatever, it doesn't make sense to him. And I can see how that would be, but I've explained this to him several times. And maybe, I don't know, I'm hoping that me explaining it to him once again, because I know I'm going to be with him on Monday. And that's the other thing, is we only have, I think, 8 more train engines to suck out. We have no more tankers ready to go. And they said we'll have tankers there by 10:30 on Monday. So that's why we're not doing anything out there today. And then my boss is like, we're not even going out on Monday. I'm like, well, we probably should. He's like, why? You're only going to get a half day's worth of work in. I'm like, well, no, not really. He's like, no, we're not going to go out there just for that. We're going to wait for them to put all the tankers in. They can put a new string in. I was like, they're not going to put a new string of engines in until the last 8 of them have been completed. They just won't. They won't add the 8 full engines to another string. They just won't do it. Don't know why. Seems pretty simple to me. Take the empties, add the fulls onto the other full line, and stick that on there and call it good. But they just won't do it. So I think having a half day on Monday, and it's not even going to be a half day. It's going to be like a normal 8-hour work day. But having those for a half day, that seems pretty good. That's four a piece between me and the other guy, and it's going to take 2 hours to do those. So it's not going to be a half day. It's just going to be a day, just not as long as. There's a guy on a supermoto zipping around the DRZ 400. I've been looking at those. Last night, I was up way too late last night. I got off too early that I decided to stay up way too late. It doesn't make sense, but I was up late last night just looking at Facebook Marketplace and trying to look at Copart and anywhere that was selling motorcycles. I was just looking at all the places near me that's selling motorcycles and trying to. I don't know. I don't have money to buy another bike. I just wanted to look at them. There's a fucking 3000 GT. Look good. Mitsubishi. So anyways, that's all we did. I got off at 3 o'clock yesterday. That was kind of nice. And left my work bag, rode home. It was a good day. And my phone mount, last night after I got the kids put to bed, I went downstairs and put that on, and the little rubber pieces they sent me weren't enough, because there's that little bar that goes across the handlebars on the top, and there wasn't enough rubber there to keep it solid. So luckily, I'd been digging through the trash at my job, the metal bin, and they call it trash, but there's a lot of good shit in there, like brand new bolts and everything. And there was a bunch of these rubber bushings, and I don't know. I was just like, I'm taking these rubber bushings. First off, they're in the metal dumpster. They're not supposed to be in the metal dumpster, but I don't know. There's a bunch of these rubber bushings that I'm gonna take. I was like, I can find something to do with them, and I'm so glad I took them, because I had to cut out probably an eighth of an inch out of the circle rubber bushing, but then when it clamped on there, and it clamped perfectly. And now my phone is mounted on my bike. It looks really good. Like it a lot. Rode with it today. Now, the one thing about the phone mount that I'm not a big fan of is that you can't turn your phone sideways. You have to have your phone up and down. The mount, it's just a plastic molded mount, so there's no twisting motion on there. But I'd rather have my phone sideways. And then I also, last night, I was looking up, because I don't know if it's legal. I mean, I guess if I don't sell the bike, it's not going to be a problem unless I go to get my bike inspected, and there's no odometer, there's no hour meter, there's no nothing. It's just, what are we doing here? So I don't know if I can even do that. Like, cause I don't want any gauges except for my phone. There's no, because I'm never gonna ride without my phone. I want to probably this. I mean, I'll probably leave it alone for right now. But I think this winter, or whenever riding season kind of stops, I'm gonna do a lot of work to this bike. I gotta get rid of the heated hand grips. Don't the left hand grip, the one you don't spins, and the little where the wire comes in, it's got like a little rubber piece. It's not like a normal grip. So whenever it gets spun, which it will get spun, just in normal riding, you can't pull the clutch in all the way because it hits that rubber piece. So that's a problem. That's almost got me a couple of times. So luckily it's easy to spin, but I'm like, I want to get new hand grips. I'm going to get new hand grips, get rid of the heated hand grips. That's also going to eliminate a little bit of wiring. I want to get rid of the speedometer, the odometer. That's going to eliminate some wiring and shit. I mean, just one cable that goes to the front forks, but that's enough. There's one cable on the right side of the front forks that comes out super far, and I'm like, why is this not like tucked up closer to the fucking forks, But that's the way they all are. And then now that I got my phone mount, I'm probably going to get another phone mount, maybe a better phone mount, something. I don't need the digital speedometer thing that's on there. I don't need any of that. Because it's first off, it's old. You can't read half the shit that's on there. And according to my phone, it's also off. It says I'm going about 3 miles an hour less than what I actually am. There might be some settings in there to change it, but I'm like, why even fuck with it? I tried to set the time, can't set the time. It's got an RPM gauge that doesn't work. It's got an air gauge, but I don't even know what that is. I'm like, this thing is all over the bike. Like it's reading all kinds of shit. I want to just get rid of everything off of the bike. All I need is brakes and everything, and then I might wire up like a very small phone charger or direct wired up, because if I'm going to be using my phone on my bike, my phone might not necessarily always be charged up all the way. So, and I don't really want my phone mounted right there to the handlebars. I think up underneath the wind guard would be a little bit better situation for it. Especially if you're riding in the rain, because rain isn't necessarily going to rain right on your phone if it's behind a guard or whatever. And, you never know. Driving behind trucks and stuff, there's all kinds of shit that's flying up that you don't realize when you're in a car. I've been hit by several fucking things. I don't need a rock to fly up and hit my phone. That would be a bad deal. So, anyways, I got some iterations to the bike that I'd like to do. But I also been, gazing around, looking at other bikes and stuff. Because I don't know, I got bike fever. I want another bike. I do like the dirt. I'm just gonna stick with the dirt bike, but I can dream about getting another one. But as of right now, I'm just gonna stick with the one I got. The one thing I think I do want to do it. I want to get a different front wheel. I think I've come to the realization that's what I want. I wasn't sure if I wanted. I was like, you know what? Just don't worry about it. It's a front wheel. It's fine. But now I'm like, I think I want to get a new front wheel for it. A little bit smaller. Just a little bit smaller and a little bit wider. That's all I want. And I think the bike is going to be really good after that. Upgrade the headlight. Another thing is the DRZ 400 is the more motocross version of street legal bike. They're fucking sick. I like them a lot, and they're for sale all over the place, already super motoed out. I'd like to get one, but I'm not going to. But I'm wondering if the rear fender, because the rear fender and tail light on a DRZ looks way fucking clean. I love it. I think it looks awesome. And it's just plastic. I think that's something I might be able to snag the side panels and the rear fender off of a DRZ and put them on my bike. I can't imagine they're that different. They might be, but they might not be. So I'm thinking about doing that. And then also, I don't know, you just smell a lot of smells when you're riding around. And every time I smell burning oil, I just imagine it's me. And I'm always like looking down at the bike, looking in the mirrors, making sure I'm not smoking or something. That bike it's a runner. It's a good bike. That thing is in really good shape. It's had some head work done at some point in time. It's at least been removed and put back on because it's got that fucking ugly orange RTV sealing it, which I'm not a big fan of. That whoever did that didn't do it in a super clean manner. It seals and it's good, but I don't like the way it looks. But you know, you never know. Doing a quick piston and rings, and maybe even a sleeve or something on the head of these bikes. It's not like a fucking car or truck. It's really simple to do. I had my dirt bikes growing up taken apart, and this is air cooled. That's one thing I'm not a big fan of is the air cooled, but it does have an external oil cooler, which is nice. But I'm wondering if I can put another oil cooler on there, like have a double oil cooler. And then, I just want to, I like the DRZ 400 so much that I'm like, maybe I could get a tank from a DRZ 400 and put it on there. I think the number plate is the same. The headlight surround is the same exact as the DR 650. So I've been looking at getting one of those too, but if I just deck this thing out like a DRZ 400, but it's actually a DR 650, I don't know if I'd be, I think people would be like, what the fuck are you doing? But also the tank from a DRZ, it's got holes where you can bolt on these fucking guards, and so it's got more fairing on it, and it looks cool, and it's there to direct air to the intercooler, or not intercooler, the radiator, because those are liquid cooled. It's nice I don't have to worry about liquid cooled shit. Also, it's just like, just check the oil, it's good, ride it. The other ones, if you run out of coolant or fuck up that, then your shit's gonna overheat. But anyways, their tanks are cool. But if you look up the early versions of the DR650, they also have a tank like that. And I looked one up. The guy wants like $250 for it off of eBay. It's still not a big tank, but it does have the guards on it, and it would bolt right up. But I don't know. I'm thinking getting a 5.5 gallon fuel tank would be an amazing upgrade, and it's also shaped like an air guard. It's shaped nicer, so it does look good. But a lot of them, some people get them in like that tan, or not tan, but just like see-through almost, and so they can see the level of their fuel. I do not like that at all. I like the practicality of it, but I do not like the tan tank. That looks like a piece of shit. It really looks like a piece of shit. And then they got black ones and stuff, but I want a white. I just get white. A white Ericabis. I don't even know how to say the word. but ACERBIS, I think is what it's called. But uh, I don't know. I'm thinking by the next, not this riding season, but next riding season, the bike is going to be a totally different animal, especially if it's super motoed out and it's got all the other cool shit on it. And I got the gauges, or not the gauges, but my phone mounted where I want it to be, an upgraded headlight. I think I think I'm really gonna like it, and I think it's gonna last a long time. Long time. And the other weird thing is me looking up motorcycles on Facebook Marketplace. I'm not finding. I mean, there are some out there, but I'm not finding very many that don't run. And it's not like I'm looking for a non-running bike, but if I found a DR 650 that somebody blew up and I could get for super cheap, that'd be kind of handy to have a parts bike. Or even like maybe a newer frame. I don't know, the frame's the exact same, but just to have something a little bit, I don't know, having a parts bike would be fucking cool. You thought you were gonna pass me? You thought you were gonna pass me? There's a reason I'm in the left lane. Fucking Kia bitch. Yeah, this weekend is looking pretty good. I think I'm gonna go for a ride at some point in time. My buddy also, I don't know, he reached out to one of his friends. They got one of those, I don't know, slingshot, and he said he could ride with him, and then we could all go riding or whatever. So that'd be pretty cool. Slingshot is more of a car. Car with a motorcycle engine and rear, but it's got like regular seats. I'm imagining seat belts, and like regular. It's got a steering wheel and stuff. So that'd be pretty cool to see. But and it'd be really awesome to be riding around with my buddy and that other guy. Just somebody to go riding with. Just somebody to go adventure with. Because I passed another dual sport today. And I didn't pass him; he passed me. And I thought we were kind of going the same direction. We were both going about the same speed, but he just like gone. I'm like, oh, all right. Like he didn't want me to ride with him, I guess. I don't know, but I was like, damn, I wanted to see it. I think it was like some BMW thing, so probably too hoity-toity for me, anyways. And then I had a street bike pass me yesterday. I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before yesterday, but the light turned yellow as I was coming over the hill, so I started to slow down for the stoplight, and then I didn't even see him. He had to have been booking it. He goes, right through the red light, and right as like cars were starting to pull out in the intersection, I'm like, you are a fucking asshole. You guys are really making it not fun to ride. Doing stupid shit like that. Like, first off, it scared the fuck out of me as I'm like downshifting and hitting the brakes and trying to pay attention to people. I had my head looking in my rearview mirror, but he came up on the other side of me and just, I was like, oh God. And I know people in the cars next to me might have been laughing because I fucking jumped. I'm like, they jumped too. Thing is fucking loud and just flying down the highway, just splitting through traffic. And it's like, you're giving us a bad fucking name, dude. And then I waved at a Harley guy, and he refused to wave at me. I'm like, oh, all right. I guess the YouTube videos aren't all that wrong. There's a, I don't know. There are some people out there that'll wave, and some people that won't. And I don't know if I even want to wave. But I don't know. Just having a good time. Really good time. Oh, man. I wish I would have started a little earlier today because I'm going to be off at like 4 something, most likely today. But that's still going to be, I don't know. I either want to get off at like 2 o'clock or get off at like 6 o'clock. I don't like riding in traffic. That's what and doing this job has actually been pretty decent with that. And there's still a lot of traffic, but it's all moving. And yesterday when I got up at 3, I actually didn't leave the shop till 3:45, but that's a horrible time to be out on a bike. Everybody's just rushing to get home and driving like maniacs, and then there's also traffic involved, like just stop and go traffic. And I haven't really been a fan of people that are following me. I don't really like them. I don't like people that are behind me. I'm like, we're in traffic. Like, they're acting like since I'm riding on the right side of the lane that they can just basically just pass me. I'm like, no, like I'm a vehicle. You see me, which is great, and I also need to be on the right side of the lane. If I'm in the fast lane or the left lane, I need to be in the right side of the lane so the people in the right lane, when they look in their mirror, they don't see an open spot. They see a motorcycle riding right there. So it's like, I need to be seen, but people, I don't know, people just don't see it that way. They just see it as this fucking guy on a motorcycle is taking up a spot that I could have. You know, that's what it feels like, at least. Like, and they drive real close to you and shit, and they're on their phones, and it's like, can you give me some fucking space? And it's like, they also expect me to be riding the guy's ass that's in front of me, but I'm like, no, because they just tap their brakes, and then I could bump into them, and then I'm falling over, and then the guy in the right lane's running my head over, because nobody gives a fuck. You know, that would really suck to just have a minor fall on the road, and then have a car run over you because they don't see you. That would be not cool. You know, like, oh, you just ran over my arm and just kept on going, and now these people are just honking at me because I'm laying in the middle of the road. Like, hey, get up, get out of the road. Like, we're trying to go home. Like, you motherfuckers! I hit one of you. One of you ran me over, and now you're honking at me. You know, and that didn't happen, but I just see it happening. Not a big fan of all that riding in traffic. That's why I want to go out on a leisure ride. I want to go out and hit some side roads and back roads, and also just like on the weekend when, you know, there's not like commuter traffic. You know, you do have a lot of dummies out on the road during the weekend, but commuter traffic is not fun to deal with. I mean, I got a problem with all kinds of traffic, but I don't know. I want to go out riding this weekend. I think I'm going to do it. Really be cool if I could hit up some trails. I know the tires aren't really built for it, but I'm just not going to push it that hard. I'm not, you know, if I can just hit up some trails and stuff. I mean, it's set the description on these tires says 20% off-road. So I'll just do 20% off-road, you know. I just don't know where to go, you know. There's places, but there's just not a lot going on. want to find like a nice, soft, grassy field that I can just kind of rip across and try out some wheelies and stuff. Because the more I've been riding the bike, the more I'm like, I could definitely do wheelies. I could definitely do some wheelies, you know, and not like big, like super high balancing wheelies, just like, you know, just lift that front wheel up off the ground like, you know, a foot or two, maybe not two, but a foot, and then just kind of ride it out. I think that could be achievable. And then also, you know, just dirt biking, riding in dirt and stuff, and, you know, swinging that back tire around and doing cool stuff. Because also yesterday I sat on a Harley. There's a guy at work that has a Harley Davidson Street Glide or Dynaglide. I don't know what the fuck it is. It's some Harley. And I sat on it and I was like, dude, this thing's fucking heavy. This is really fucking heavy. Like, I don't. He's like, oh, it's way more nimble than you would think. I'm like, okay, but still, it's really fucking heavy. I don't. And you're sitting really low. I mean, it all makes sense to me, but I'm like, brother, I don't know. I feel like after sitting on that, I'm like, I even have more confidence on my bike. I'm like, this thing, I can just swing around and it's quick acting. And your Harley, I feel like, you know, to just swing it through the lane, you know, just do, you know, kind of not S turns, but just, you know, solemn the lane or whatever. Like on my dirt bike, I'm like, this is awesome. And I feel like on a Harley, it'd just be slower, just because it's so much heavier. It's a lot more mass to lean. And I was looking at a couple of these guys' Harleys at work. I was like, God dang, I thought Harleys were like super nice. And I understand they're expensive. You gotta pay. If you want a Harley, you gotta pay. But I don't know, one guy's he took the big fairing off and added like a little windshield to it. Now all of his gauges are just kind of just set there. So none of them are strapped down like where they're supposed to be. And you know, it's an older Harley, so it's got little scratches and dents and stuff. Then there's another guy's it looks like it's been laid over a bunch of times. It's all dented up, beat up, and missing badges and all kinds of stuff. I'm like, damn, this thing gets way more respect out there on the road. And I'm like, my bike, it's got one little dent on it. Like, and other than that, it's just a little old. But you can't even tell it's old because the new bikes look just like it. But I'm happy with my bike even more after sitting on the Harley. I'm like, yeah, this thing's better. And some people were saying that the DR 650 is going to be faster than a lot of Harleys. I'm like, maybe, I don't know. I haven't been on any other bikes. I was on one street bike in my life that I actually rode. Well, no, I guess I was on two. My uncle, he's got some Yamaha SVJ 600, I think. It's JV or something like that. And it's naked. It has a front fender but no fairing or anything. But that's the way it's supposed to be. Rode that once and that was peppy, real fucking peppy. And then my buddy had bought, and I'll give him shit for it. My Florida boy buddy bought a fucking Hyosung. You ever heard of a Hyosung before? No, you haven't. But there was a dealership near our house, and was a brand new bike, so he bought it. It was a carbureted 600 street bike. Looked good, but it was carbureted, and he bought it brand new. And before, I think before he made his first payment on the thing, it blew up. And then he had problems with that thing after that. I mean, all the time. But he is a crazy motherfucker. He'll stand up on the seat and do some. I'm like, brother, get down. What are you doing? You're not impressing anybody by standing on the seat. Get your ass down. Like, I don't want to be picking you up off the ground. Holy shit. But he would wheelie that thing everywhere, and that's what the dealership said. They were like, oh, yeah, the engine blew because you're doing too many wheelies. I'm like, you shouldn't have admitted to doing anything, any stunts or anything. But they're like, all the oil goes to the back of the engine, and then it starves the top end of oil, and that's why it broke. But I don't know. Somehow, I think he might have just paid for it, but I got another engine for it put in there. And I kept telling him, I was like, dude, just get on Craigslist, because this is back in the Craigslist days. Like, get on Craigslist, find a jigsaw or something. You know, it'll be cheaper. You won't be able to make payments, but it'll be cheaper, and it'll be a nice bike. But he did not want to do that. He was like, nope, I'm getting the Hyosung. And he got the Hyosung, and he rode the fuck out of it, I'll tell you that. He's always doing wheelies and shit. I rode it one time out on the road, and it was, I felt weird sitting on it. I mean, it didn't matter what bike it was. Just me being out on the, like, regular roads with the bike felt weird as fuck. I was like, this is dangerous. And I guess I still get a little bit of that feeling now, but yeah, he rode that thing and blew it up twice, I think. And I think there at the end he was just having issues with it, the carb, and it was putting fuel into the airbox or something, or oil or something like that. It was just fucked up, and I was like, yeah, it's a Chinese fucking street bike. It's not good. You want Japanese. You don't want Chinese. You want Japanese. You want a Suzuki. You want a Kawasaki. You want a Honda. You want a CBR, Gixxer, Ninja. You want something like that. But he eventually did get one. You know, after the Hyosung, it was gone. It was been gone for years, and then I don't know. He had got a street bike. I never saw him ride it. I don't remember the bike at all. He sent me pictures of it. It's like, look at the bike I got, and then he drove it to Lee's Summit, and then it got stolen. Oh, and his Hyosung got stolen too. But he got his Hyosung back somehow. I don't remember the whole story with all that, but I know the last bike he had, I think it was all white, looked fucking good. Don't even remember what it was. I think it was a R6, maybe, or R1000. I don't even know. But it was cool, and then it was stolen before I ever really even seen it. It's kind of like, damn. All right, it's gone now, and I don't know what happened with that. But I asked him the other day when I called him, I said, you ever think about getting another bike? He said, nope. I said, really? He said, yeah, no. He's like, maybe, but no, probably not. I'm like, oh, okay. He's like, yeah, Florida's full of too many old people. You don't want to be out on the road with these old people. They can't see you. They'll fucking crash into you. I need to set the cruise control. I'm going too fast. Yeah, I don't know. I got my brother. I just haven't rode with him yet, and I would like to ride with him. And I got other guys at work that I could ride with, maybe, possibly. But I don't know. If my dreams could come true, my buddy Luke would get a dual sport. I don't even care what kind of dual sport it is. I mean, obviously, I got my preference. Just the bike I got now, you can get them cheap. You can get them for less than $3,000. Running, riding, with upgrades. That would be so cool. I think me and him would go on all sorts of adventures. And, and it's not like to go fast. It's not to go, cause chaos on the road. Like, it's mainly, I think trail riding with my buddy would be so fucking cool. Like, that's what I would really like to look towards to is going on getting lost in the woods on a dirt bike. That's what I want to do. I want to go ride in the woods on a dirt bike with somebody. Don't really want to do it by myself, but I think that would be so fucking cool. We could even do a camping trip on a bike. You could throw all the junk that you want in a big ass backpack, and then go trail ride, and then maybe not even camp, but just like go eat lunch in the woods. That'd be really fucking sweet. And I guess he could get a 4-wheeler or something. That'd be cool. But it would be really cool to be able to just leave your house on a bike and take that bike off road and do all this stuff and then ride it back home. And loading shit up into a truck is just it'd be cool to just have the thing that you need to take out with you. But I don't know. Also looking at motorcycles on the internet. I don't know. Maybe I want to just get like a dedicated dirt bike, because dirt bikes are a lot of fun. And I can just get, instead of getting something that's road legal and everything, I can just get, I could have my road legal bike, and then I could have another bike, that's according to all the fucking motherfuckers that keep telling me I'm doing things wrong. I can get an actual bike that's okay for the trails. Because a lot of people are saying, oh, the DR is not good for the trails. I don't know what trails you think I'm going on. But the trails that I watch on YouTube, where people are just, kind of cruising through the mountains, I'm not trying to do a hill climb. I'm not trying to do, go over big ass rocks and shit and drive through, I might drive through a stream, but I'm not trying to ride up a waterfall. And that's what everybody, I think they have in their mind when I talk about going trail riding. I'm not going up a waterfall. Just driving on a dirt path in the woods with a couple of logs laid over it. You got to ride over. It'd be fucking amazing. That's what I want. And I don't know, maybe I also looked up a couple of Facebook groups of like people that ride, and I don't know, not really finding. I'm not even looking for people to ride with, looking for where do you go. But a lot of people, they want to keep that shit secret. They don't want people to know about it. There's some spots back in the day that we used to ride that were a lot of fun, but most of those places are off limits now. So it's like, damn, where can I ride? Got to go to an actual park. An actual, riding place where everybody's going to be. That's when you got to worry about some dude on a quad flying over a hill and fucking taking your ass out. I mean, I'd do that too. Those are fun. Gotta get maybe I need to look into that and get a flag mount. That'd be kind of cool, just having a flag mount on my bike. Or like one of those big whips that UTVs have on them that light up and shit. That I could be pretty fucking noticeable with one of those riding around. Big lit whip. Man, I hadn't even thought about that. But yeah, if you're gonna ride out on a lot of those trails and stuff, you gotta have a big flag. And maybe I don't know. I hadn't even thought about doing a flag. But I might do a flag. Put a little American flag up there. Anyways, this has been going long enough. Still got 3 hours to go. Got some podcasts I'd like to listen to. I will say, go watch Bad Thoughts on Netflix. On Netflix, Tom Segura made his own 6-part series of Bad Thoughts. You're not going to see that anywhere else. You know, it's one of a kind type of show. I watched all 6 episodes last night. I guess it was almost 3 hours worth. They're only like 30-minute episodes. They're really short, but it's good. I liked it. It wasn't. I don't think I laughed out loud at any point in time, but it was really enjoyable. So go check that out. Bad Thoughts on Netflix. Give it the double thumbs up if you want to put more shit like that in your algorithm on Netflix. But yeah, that's what I did last night. Adios. Keep all 18 down. Talk to you later.